Like, for example, the Waltz situation, National Security Council. How did that happen? When all of a sudden you're like, I think you got people on the inside that are more, and then the picture shows up, signal, he's texting others, messaging others. How did that happen?
Well, obviously, that was a huge blunder by Michael Waltz. And then when the reporters started publishing the images of the signal chats, I saw that Alex Wong, who was his deputy, was the creator of the chat. And so I started doing some digging into Alex Wong and quickly discovered things that were massive red flags. I mean, he has family connections to the CCP. His father-in-law, who has since passed away, was tied to AsiaSat, which was, the largest satellite company in Asia that controls all the satellites for the Chinese military, right? The Chinese Communist Party's military, People's Liberation Army. You had his wife, who was involved in persecuting and prosecuting J6ers under the Biden administration. And ultimately, my investigation landed on the desk of Donald Trump. And then I got a phone call one day from President Trump after he had an Oval Office meeting with Michael Waltz about Signalgate, and he asked me if I would come to Washington, D.C. to brief him on these matters. And so I brought a list of names with me to the White House, and I had an Oval Office meeting with President Trump, and I brought a packet, as the media reported, and I was in the room, and there were multiple people there. It was Susie Wiles, Sergio Gore, a couple congressmen, a few people. And eventually Michael Waltz himself walked into the room. And, everybody knows what happened next. It got the NSA director fired.
What was his reaction? Is he trying to plead that that's not true, this is not what I did? Or is it kind of like he got caught?
Like Michael Waltz used to text me. He used to talk to me. Not anymore. So he didn't even want to look at me when I was in the room because he knew why I was there. And he kept on saying, I did the vetting. I did the vetting. Well, obviously you didn't do vetting, right? How do you, my problem is like, who's doing the vetting, right? No one's really doing the vetting, and this is the problem. And so this is what has happened since the beginning of the administration. There's a vetting crisis. We saw this during the first term, and now we've even seen it on steroids in the second term, where people in key intel roles, national security roles, people who are supposed to be in the intel agencies and the Department of Defense and these key roles protecting the president, all of these positions that we saw weaponized by Obama and Joe Biden to attack Donald Trump, they haven't cleaned house. And so obviously President Trump, I don't want to disclose the contents of a private meeting with the president, but he was pissed off. He was very pissed off, and he instructed people to be fired after that meeting. And then it was Liberation Day, of course, the day that I had my meeting, and the president was in a rush because he had to finalize his speech before announcing the tariffs on the lawn of the White House. And so it was quick. But obviously, the next day, a lot of people were fired.
Were you there when he fired Waltz? Like, did he tell, when Waltz walked in the room, was it like, you're done? Was it?
Because they gave him some time. And Waltz technically wasn't really fired. This is the thing with the current administration is, I think, and I don't know if this is a new strategy that they've employed since the first term, because they've hired so many people in such, untraditional rapid ways.
And I remember J.D. Vance is like, no, it's not really fired. We actually, some would say he got a bigger job of UN. I don't know what the position
they're not really firing anybody. So they say that they fire people, but even the 100 people who they fired from the NSC after all of this, they just rotate them. They recycle them to other positions in the administration. I don't want to speak for the administration because I don't work for them, despite what the media says. But honestly, if I were to take a guess, it's probably because they don't want to have people blowing up the admin like they saw during the first term, where you had people go run to the media and do tell-all books and write podcasts and defect and join the Democrat Party. It was a very dramatic first term, right? Every single week, somebody was getting fired and somebody was writing a tell-all book or going on The View or going on Rachel Maddow or, doing something. Like, they don't want to have a bunch of mini John Boltons running around lambasting the president and writing tell-all books. So maybe it's a strategy. Maybe it's a strategy by the White House, by Susie Wiles, to keep people contained, which is somewhat smart, but also, in the real world, not everybody gets a prize. So it's like, I thought that we were getting rid of DEI in this administration. Are we really getting rid of DEI in the Trump administration if people get to completely screw up and keep their jobs or keep other positions, right?
Different form of DEI.
It's like a different form of DEI, you could make the argument.
Yeah.
So I think that I would prefer if we could revert back to the old Donald Trump where he used to say you're fired and that's it, you're fired, that's it, you're gone, bye. But I don't know. I'm not really a fan.
When you left the room that day, did you know that Waltz was going to get fired, or you didn't know until the announcement was made next day?
I mean, you could really honestly cut the tension in the room with a knife. I think that the writing was on the wall.
Was he speaking to Waltz? Was it a 30-minute meeting, 2-minute meeting, 45-minute meeting? How long was that meeting with you and Waltz in the room?
It was supposed to be an hour-long meeting. And then the meeting prior to my meeting with some senators ended up running over. And so it was about 30 minutes. And Michael Waltz walked in because he got word that I was in the Oval Office.
He got word, so he just walked in.
He just interrupted the meeting. He crashed the meeting, actually. So it was a private meeting. And he actually crashed the meeting and walked in and started trying to make his case.
Was he emotional? Was he just under control? He was emotional. Got it. I can see that. How could you listen to her? Why would you believe her? Who is she? Do you realize who I am? I would never do that to you. That kind of a vibe, or no?
I mean, more like, actually, I have it handled. It's not like you think. Oh, there's more to the story. He didn't attack me. Like I said, he didn't even speak to me when he saw me in the meeting. He wouldn't even make eye contact with me, but you could tell he was definitely heated.
Okay, so while you're in there and this whole...
and he interrupted the meeting right as I was about to show President Trump a video. I was about to show President Trump a video to be like, well, the reason why Michael Waltz might not, have such strict standards for vetting, he says he does vetting. I don't believe him. He claims he vetted these people. Obviously not, right? Because if he vetted them, I wouldn't have been able to uncover all this stuff. That being said, I was going to make the case that maybe the reason why Michael Waltz doesn't really think that being a Trump hater is grounds for termination is because Michael Waltz himself was a Trump hater. And I was about to, it's kind of weird. Michael Waltz walked into the Oval Office right as I was pulling out my cell phone to show Trump a video of Michael Waltz on, an ad that he filmed in 2016 saying that Donald Trump was against veterans and that, as a veteran, he thought that Donald Trump was a disgrace. And I was about to play the ad for the president in the Oval Office, and then that's when he walked in.
So he never saw it?
Oh, he saw it.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Laura Loomer here. I'm so excited to finally announce that I've joined Minect. So please be sure that you connect with me on Minect. I can't wait to chat with you, whether it be about politics, investigative journalism, or if you just want to talk to me about your furry friends and how you too can get involved in my passion of animal rescue. Whatever it is, I can't wait for you to connect with me on Minect. So be sure that you contact me today.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.